It be delayed on my end sometimes. But I think we live. We are live. Good evening, everybody. We told you Friday night at 8. We got a date. It's gonna be great, 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 great tonight with sister. Oh, let me get this disclaimer off because we ain't doing no D and Lida disclaimers. I was showing Eunice something and still had this up. Lord, let me.
Yes, I didn't pay attention to
Right.
it.
Me neither. We just ready.
Y'all know how we roll. According to DM Leader, you never know what's going to go on. But I am
Mhm.
super excited that Eunice decided to come on. Coach E came to roll with us. I met her, well, we kind of met online through a
Yep.
mutual friend,
Mhm.
Ryan, Alita. We
Oh,
met through Ryan,
Yes.
and Ryan was just making comments and just stuff. And Coach E will say something, and I'm like, "Dang, that sounds just like my story." And then I'll say something just like, "Oh my God, let me friend you. Let's friend each other." Then we got to meet when
oh,
Ryan did the Apollo Dallas,
Yes.
and so, we got to meet it. So I've been following her and just loving her. Just the content that she posts. Hey, mom, and my
Hi.
grandmother is listening too. She loves Faith and Fridays too.
Hi, Grandma.
So, so
hey.
Leo, you want to share anything before we get into the content? Because we're gonna take a step back and it's
Yeah,
all you, coaching.
we are absolutely excited, y'all. We had to pause for the calls on the last appointment, but baby, she made her entrance tonight. So we are just so excited.
Yes.
We are so excited. We have been following her. Well, I have actually been following her since we put her on the schedule the first time. And so it's gonna be an awesome show tonight, y'all. I know that the Lord has something to say through Miss Coach E. We already know it, honey, and it is per her post she made the other day. No filter 2021, honey. Ain't no filters up in here. This is all beauty. This is all
Right.
natural.
That's it.
Got no
Yes. No
secrets
filters.
for y'all. I love that post, by the way.
Thank
All right.
you.
I was like, that
All right. So
that nobody. So we are gonna go ahead and open up the floor so you share your faith walk with us, and chat. We're gonna be chiming in as we need to.
yep,
I'm
as we need
excited,
to.
you guys. Thank y'all so much. Yes, that started for me because 2020 was just really transitionary for everybody. I think if you had faith, if you didn't have faith, 2020 was definitely a tested of either you got it or you don't. I was very careful being a life coach and being in ministry for over 20 years to be very sensitive to people and not be so over the top. Even if, my energy and where my faith level was like on 10, and I knew that God was going to do great things, I didn't want to be insensitive to the people that maybe was not there, the people that were challenged with mental health, the people that had lost their finances and their wages and different things like that. And so I had to find a balance with it. Um, During that time, though, for me, it was like because I was trying to find a balance and a medium for everybody, I kind of put on these filters and I kind of filtered who I was and I kind of filtered my message a little bit and I kind of filtered the authenticity of it. And towards the end of the year, I was like stressed out, y'all. I was like, I am not being my true self. I need to be recalibrated. I need to be refreshed. I've overextended myself more than what I should. I've given, and I'm glad that the people got what they needed from me, but I was in a desolate place. And although finances was bomb, I got a new job, I got promotion, everything happened. There were so many different avenues that were really good internally. My faith was struggling. Y'all was like in a dark place. And a lot of people don't know that. And so it's funny that you started it with the, no filters because I said death to filters. For 2021, death to it. I'm not putting on a fake mask. I'm not putting on a fake facade. This is my weight, over 200 pounds. This is my hair with the gray until I dyed it. You know what I mean? This is my foot. This is how I'm standing toe to toe with what life has for me. And I felt like that's really what I was with That's just how I drew people in, well, being raw and being transparent and authentic. And because of, like I said, the pandemic, and because everything was shifting for everybody, I was trying to be everything for everybody and nothing for myself. So my faith was failing, honestly. And I was still, we present well, and I was able to present well, and I was able to still function in the midst of crisis for me personally. I know how to function in ministry. I know how to function as a life coach. I know how to function as a worker. I know how to get the job done. But at the end of the day, I had to and sit with myself, and I had to sit with those emotions and face the mirror that I was not my authentic self. And so I said, you know what, for 2021, I'm going to pull back from Facebook. I'm going to recalibrate, and I'm going to do what I need to do. Death to filters 2021. This is how it is. This is your
Here,
girl uncut.
now I wasn't even expecting that piece of the filter project. Okay, everybody take on that faith, that filter concept. This 2021, baby. It's like everything to everyone, but the faith in who you are was lacking. So
Yeah.
I'm sitting over here hollering and jumping already in my chair, and I can't even jump because I'm gonna knock everything over there.
And I didn't, and let's be clear, there's a lot of times that as a coach, and our different titles and our different, what I mean, hats that we feel as women, as black women, as ministers, or light workers, whatever you call yourself, are healers, whatever you are, whatever you know that your purpose is. There's a lot of times we don't have the luxury. We don't have the privilege to be open and honest with ourselves, because we have to be so many things for so many people. And I was just like, I remember when I wrote my book in 2017, people were like, why are you so transparent? Like, why you tell all the business? Because this is the only way people are going to get to relate. You know what I'm saying? I don't look like what I've been through, but if I can really come off of this and really tell people, yeah, I look cool now, but let me tell you what all I transitioned and I suffered and I went through and pain through to get to this point. And I was just like, I got to get back to the heart of this. I got to get back to what's authentic. This is what draws people in, is when I say, yeah, I hurt too. Yeah, I faced heartbreak too. Yeah, I've been stupid in decisions with relationships too. I haven't always made the good decision. And I think that that's what, as I said, I was just like, death to filters, no more filters. Not literally, I mean, physically, I was like, I ain't wearing another filter, no Snapchat, no nothing. But in addition to that, I was like, I'm not filtering who God created me to be. I'm going to flow in purpose. I'm going to flow in my faith. And if it's Jesus or Allah or whatever it is, if it's meditating, if it's, you know what I'm saying, sitting and taking, however I have to recalibrate myself, this is me uncut. I'm not filtering it. And I feel like if it's raw and it's authentic, people are going to receive that, and they'll be able to be the best and truest versions of them.
That is so true. And I love that about our show, because it allows us to show people who are also authentic and transparent,
Yeah.
just like we are. And there's
Yeah.
so many people out there that are doing that are being who God wants them to be. A lack of grammar, lack of size, lack of best
Yes.
rest, lack of being very social on social media. Like, some people's lives are just so social media driven.
Yes.
You don't know if that's really how they are if you were to meet them on the street. And some people, they're not the same when you meet them on the street. They're totally different. But
Yeah.
that filter of the social media allows them to be recreated, but
Yeah.
not being defined.
Yeah. And
So
I
when you
think,
say,
go ahead.
no, you go ahead.
No,
I'm just
I think that that's another thing that made me kind of just change, was the disheartening fact that I was filtering my life through social media. So if I felt like I needed to have a conversation, if I felt like I needed prayer, if I felt like I was struggling with something, I would find a meme or a picture to add a caption to express how I was feeling. And it really, like, I didn't really get it. I didn't even realize, y'all, that I was doing it until somebody did it to me. Like, I was literally sitting next to somebody having a real life conversation, and there were things that we were talking about, and the dialogue was good. And instead of like having the conversation, the person disconnected. And then like a day later, all the things that we discussed, they made a live post about it. And I was like, offended? Like, wait a minute. We just talked about this. You could have told me why you on Facebook, blah, blah, blah. And then it just convicted me. Y'all was like, oh, I've been doing that. I've, I've been doing that. I've been disconnecting instead of really, I've been filtering who I was. I've been filtering relationship. I've been filtering dialogue. I've been filtering the moment and literally. And so I said, dang, I was messed up, but I was like, you know what? Let me take a step back and we're not doing no filters no more. So a lot of people don't, I guess they don't look at it like that. But for me, that was, it hurt. I ain't gonna lie, it hurt. But sometimes we need to hurt ourselves to help ourselves. And I needed that hurt to understand that, like, you know what? This is really not who you are, Eunice. This is not your platform. You shifted
Mhm.
somewhere, you lost focus and you lost where you were. And you got to get back to the heart of it. You got to get back to where your faith was. You got to get back to the true you. You got to get back to telling your story, telling about the pain and the journey and talking about what really matters, the heart of where you are. And sometimes we do get caught up and our platform gets to booming and gets to doing really good. And we lose sight
Mhm.
of who we are and who God created us to be. We lose sight of what it took for us to get to this place. And I don't ever
Yeah.
want to, I don't ever, if social media is non-existent, if it ended tomorrow, I want to be able to, God told me, I came here 10 years ago to Dallas, and I remember him telling me, God said, you're going to go through some stuff. And I was like, okay, cool. He said, I'm going to establish you. I'm going to set you up. There's going to be a platform so people can actually hear your story and heal from it. I said, okay. And then life hit and I was homeless, and life hit and I lost my job, and life hit and I was losing cars, and life hit and I was in a transitional shelter and all these different things with 4 kids working at Baylor Hospital. And I remember saying, God, I thought you said you was going to hook me up. I thought you said we was going to do this. Like, what part of this is a good platform? He said, you can't preach a gospel you never lived. I said, oh, oh, okay. He said, you can't preach faith if you never had faith. You can't preach healing if you've never been heartbroken. You can't preach hate, and you can't preach love if you've never been hated. You can't preach a gospel you never lived. I was like, but I lived through some stuff, I did. He said, but you ain't lived through this. You ain't lived through this where you had to solely depend on me, not nobody know where your source and your being is. That's my faith. That's how I'm able to talk about what I talk about. And like I said, so often we lose sight of it because we arrive. You know what I mean? We go up to the ferry side, and then we on the sky ride, and we got a piece of pie, and we forget where we come from. And so I said, I don't ever want to get too big. I don't ever want to get too big. I don't ever want to be too loud. I don't ever want to be that hard that I can't touch where God wanted me to touch, and I can't touch the heart of God's people, and that's what it's about.
Amen. Whew, child. I know I lost a few toes on that one. Whew, child. Oh my goodness. You can't faith it what you ain't been through. How do you exude faith if you ain't never been through anything
You
with a
can't.
good job and
Right.
still
Sending
lost
our
everything?
representative out into the
Literally.
world instead of being unfiltered,
Yes.
Yes.
raw, uncut.
Mm-hmm.
We ain't going to the cutting room floor.
Woo.
Take me as I am.
And the
I
one
love
thing,
it.
the main thing about being transparent, nobody can use my weapon against me.
That's it. That's it. My
No.
mom told me one time, she said, you better tell it before the devil do. I'm like, what? She's like, don't you ever let the devil tell on you. I was like, oh, don't you ever, because you give them power. You don't never let nobody tell your story. You tell your story because that eliminates the shame. That eliminates the
Yeah.
embarrassment. That eliminates everything that anybody can use when you take your power back. And a lot of people don't know that. I don't want to tell that I've been through this, and I don't want to tell. I done been through some stuff. I done some stuff. And I tell it than the devil tell it, or some naysayer or a hater tell it and get the story. I ain't got a problem with you telling the story, just
Right.
get it right. You
They
keep
gonna get it
leaving out
right.
the good stuff. You leaving out the good stuff.
You
The
left
whole
out the good
truth.
stuff.
Tell all of it. Don't tell how I was this, that, and the other. Tell how I made it through. Tell how I'm
Right.
still
But you
standing.
stop there.
Tell how my God came through. Tell all. Don't be telling how I was ugly and messed up and homeless and was tripping over some dude. Tell all of it. I overcame. Don't be telling
Okay.
out, leaving out the good stuff now. Shoot. I'm gonna stop
That was
playing with
just
y'all.
a backstory. That was just a
So just talking about,
backstory. Turn the
just talking about,
page.
I'm not down like y'all, baby. Should have came through this thing like a roaring lion. Good evening.
Hello.
My test is my testimony. Let me tell it. Okay.
Yes. You don't ever let nobody tell your testimony.
Right.
That's
Because
yours.
you're gonna tell
That
it
is
like
yours.
as gossip.
That's it. And then not only that, they don't know the cost of your oil. They don't know what it cost you to be where you are. They don't know the hardship. They don't know how many times you cried. They don't know what you had to drag yourself through in desperation to not give up. They don't know how your kids looked at you. They don't know what you went through to suffer that relationship and what you had to face and what you had to heal through and overcome. They don't know your story. I wish
Right.
I would let somebody tell my story. They're going to tell it wrong anyway because they
Right.
weren't there. You don't want a diluted version. You want the real, raw, uncut. You know, when
No.
you cutting meat and you going to get what you want from the grocery store, you don't want the generic. You want the real deal. Kraft
The real
macaroni and
deal.
cheese, okay? Velveeta, cheddar,
Okay.
pepper jack, Kobe. We don't want that fake stuff. Imitation
I
with a
so
name and
appreciate
don't
you.
melt. We want the stuff that melts, that
You
flows.
see,
Come on,
you
now,
got to
somebody.
add milk. You got to add all the ingredients. We want it already creamy. I wanted that that full bag. All I got to do is squeeze.
We need a
But you
full.
know,
We need a
when you're
full.
baking, when you're baking something, you have to have the salt.
Yes,
So put the salt in the womb.
yes.
All of it. Leave spare no details. But tell
Mm,
it all.
that's it.
Tell it all.
That's it. We need it all. But again, it's our story, and that's the thing. We don't realize the power of being authentic, and we lose sight sometimes. Again, we went through so much. Everybody was ashamed to admit they were struggling. Everybody was ashamed to admit they lost this, or they was on unemployment, or they had food stamps, or however, whatever the trajectory was that was shifting and transitioning for everybody. Everybody was trying to act like they were okay. And I don't know if you remember, Darlene, but a lot of times I got on there at the beginning of the pandemic and I was like, if all you did today was get out of bed, get you a thumbs up. Everybody was like,
Okay.
oh, you should be birthing businesses in this pandemic. You should be, baby. If all you did was not lose your mind and not beat your kids,
Okay.
okay, and then go blow the postal service, you
Or
better
hurt
salute
yourself.
yourself or hurt yourself. You better salute yourself. You know what I mean? We have these different type of levels to things and these false expectations of everything. And it don't even have to be like if all you did was hold yourself together. And even if you didn't hold yourself together, you are here, you are present. And that's
Right.
how you faith it. That's how you do it. By being your
Okay.
true self, being authentic and being real. Okay, baby, okay, 2020 wasn't your year. But here we are, 2021, no filters, death to them. We're going to keep it real because people will accept and embrace your authentic self. And there are going to be some people that will be able, the Bible says iron sharpens iron. There are going to be some people that can identify with your authenticity. They're going to be able to
Mm.
identify with where your weaknesses are and be able to build you into your strength. There are going to be some people that's not going to judge you. There's going to be some people that's going to love you through it all. There's going to be some people that's going to have some compassion, hold space for you, and make sure that they can make sure they see you at the greatest version of you, even if you don't see you there. We don't give
Mm.
people that anymore. We don't do
Say that
that anymore.
you at your
We don't.
Don't.
grace version of you. Is that what you said?
The greatest version of you.
Okay.
Sometimes we don't see ourselves as the greatest version, our best self, but it takes somebody else pulling us out of that low place even when we don't
Mm-hmm.
see or think we're capable of being the best version of ourselves. So we need
Mm-hmm.
that. Somebody to be authentic enough to say, baby, I know you don't think you shit right now. Sorry, mama, grandma, but you are, and you're more than that, and you're going to come out of that. And I know you don't see it right now, so let me see it for you. I see you greater. I see you
Mm-hmm.
healed. I see you overcoming. I see you on the next level. And on the other side of what you're going through right now is greater. And it's okay that you don't see it because I'll see it for you. Iron sharpens iron. That's how you sharpen your brother or your sister. That's how you
Mm-hmm.
sharpen other queens. That's how you get somebody to the next level, by literally seeing them where they are, meeting them where they are, and being able to say, hey, but I love you through it. I'm here for you. I acknowledge you, and I nurture you in this moment. We don't have enough compassion for people like that. And it's, again, like I said, when it got to this year and I saw, like, I really got to get back to who I, it hurts to not be the real you. It's, it hurts to not walk in your authentic purpose. It hurts when you're not fulfilling what God called you to be, and you have to be this way or be that way or be cultivated or be shunned down. It's nothing like liberty when you walk in your true authentic self and you can really faith through some things.
Hmm. Faith through it. Oh, are y'all enjoying this content tonight? Coach E came and brought it, baby. Coach E came and brought it. Let me put her information up here. Go to her website. Where did I put it? Right here, propelpurpose.org. And you can get to know more about her, all of her handles.
Yes.
I wanted to do it a different way.
And if you guys are on my website, subscribe to the blogs. I know a lot of things have changed and the trajectory has shifted, but a lot of the
Mm-hmm.
writings that I do are in my blog. So a lot of people don't get it. I really shifted a lot in the last couple of years because a lot of things of what I have to share is intimate. And I found out people want to share it and think it's, oh, this is a good meme or this is a good post, but a lot of people aren't absorbing the real message. And so I said, if I can get this on an intimate level, so a lot of the things that, I share, some of the coaching things that I share with people, some of my personal journeys, I talk about it and I blog it, and I can really get intimate. I have a couple of faithful people that, and even on my podcast, that they reach out to me and they're like, oh my God, you talked about codependency, and that's me, so you can really get
Mm-hmm.
personal. And I think that it says a lot. Healing is a great thing. It's a very valuable tool, and you don't know until you are faced with it, when you're having to face with the decision of whether you have to level up, and it's time to level up because you've exhausted every possibility on the level that you are, and everything, nothing else is working. And so a lot of, on my website, my most important thing on the website are my blogs. I mean, my books and my cups. I have my bad Jesus mugs and cups. I saw somebody purchase one tonight. Okay, so yeah. And let me explain that. So let me explain that to you, Lida. It's so funny. Whenever I do, I'm real. Okay, I'm as raw as they come. You see, I cussed and I was like, my bad, mama, grandma and mama and them. I'm sorry, but I am so real, and I practice that on purpose. I'm intentional about being raw. And if I cuss tomorrow, Jesus know my heart. He know I meant exactly what I said. And so I was trying to balance it out. One day I was talking to my homegirl and I was talking and I was just going in, and she was just like, oh Lord, minister, woman of God. I was like, my bad, Jesus. My bad. My bad. Jesus know I meant everything I said. I'm not gonna repent because he know I meant it. Ain't no sense in me. And so I would, anytime she would like want to talk about something and be real transparent and not be, on our best behavior, she would be like, my bad, Jesus. Because she knew that I would say that anytime I said some stuff, I'd be like, after I say what I gotta say, I'd be like, my bad, Jesus. So that's where the hashtag my bad Jesus came from, is because I knew I was gonna show out and wasn't gonna act right.
I've totally resonated with the cup. I was like, "Ooh, I got to debate. Do I want to get the T-shirt? Do I want to get the coffee mug?" And I'm just really attracted to coffee mugs right now. That's just like my thing right now. So I'm like, okay, ooh, that's nice. Ooh, oh, when they say something that belongs to me, yeah, you create, but that belongs to me.
I love it. I love it.
we get to be raw and uncut and so unfiltered about everything else, all the mess, all the BS. But then they call that passion. And when we take that same attitude about something that we're really passionate about, sometimes the only way they hear it is with the raw and uncut and unfiltered version. And that's why you're saying death to filters. It's also, with the tongue, we're not killing anyone with the tongue just because we're using some language that you relate to. We're still healing with the relatable language until you're able to elevate to hear me without that language. So yes, honey, I can totally dig it.
I was like, when I did it, I was like, my mama was like, what is my bad, Jesus? I'm like, all them times I be cussing and, I shouldn't be. She's like, yes, you do have a potty mouth. I said, but my bad.
Yeah, period. And we were in Bible study last night, and he was talking about that Jesus will forgive anything. It don't have to be the major stuff. It can be the little things. He gonna forgive it all. Oh, D, what you done, honey?
Okay. What?
Well, my computer just is spinning right now.
Okay.
So I got out and I'm on my phone.
You live, girl. Look at that color popping.
Hello, Sugar Nella.
Hey, girl.
I'm like, Lord, I want to get on my computer, but this looks so crispy.
Okay, do I need to come on my phone now?
That looks good. That looks really good. You better work that. You better work that Death to Filter 2021.
Okay, hold on. Let me set up my little prop. Here's my little stand.
That looks good. That looks good.
I'm like, oh Lord, I hope I don't look like I'm going through some changes over here. Cause my little table just a wobbly, and I'm writing my notes. I'm saying, I'm over here.
You've been steady. You've been steady. That's good. That's good.
Oh, I'm doing good, then. Cause normally this baby.
All right, so because I don't have my stand or nothing in here for my phone, so we just gonna let that roll.
No, you look good. That actually, the color actually came through with your phone.
Oh, nice. Okay.
I like it.
This thing right here just died on me. It's just spinning. Because I was trying to share your.
I'm like, they be going. I'm like, okay, now she over there chomping at the bits. Usually I'll be the one chomping at the bits, but I know she chomping tonight.
Trying to share your website, and then my computer was like, "What are you doing?"
Not today.
Oh. Let me see. I need to close out all of that stuff. Mm-hmm. I missed some of the stuff.
Say hey, we see you come in, our regulars. Hey y'all,
hey guys, hi everybody. I can't see everybody, but how are you? Thank you for tuning in.
Yes, I want to. Tamika sent us something. She was on the show last Friday, and so she sent us a thank you and stuff. So I said I was going to wear it for Faith Friday this Friday. So
and I didn't go get mine. I was like, I was trying to edge. I hope that's not the piece. I hope it's not the piece that we could wear it together. But you wear that next Friday because I find something else to wear it with, showing that different light.
Yes,
it's
ma'am.
Pretty.
All right.
It is pretty. I'm like, oh, I want to be
like that. I like it.
So I ain't gonna put my other self in the thing.
No, this one's bomb. This
one's
good. Not that the other one was no injustice to you, but this one is in living color, honey.
I know it's a complete, and I got a webcam and everything, and it's just okay.
You know, to use technology. Technology, it does what it wants to do when it wants to.
But it is what it is. All right, we like to do what's called, what we call it. I always forget these names, girl. Fast.
Uh-oh. That it?
Fast.
Is it the
lightning round?
Started with F.
So I have 5 questions that I want to ask. They're fun questions, so I want to see and hear what you have to say about those.
Okay.
Those are not the questions that I had. Okay, what is your child's proudest accomplishment?
My child,
Yes.
I have 4. So,
Hey, share all 4. How about that?
my oldest is she's 23. Keisha's 23. She has 2 beautiful. My 2 grandbabies are beautiful. Zara and Zion. They're 2 and 1. She's married. She went to the army. That would definitely be her. That would be the proudest accomplishment for her. My son, she's 23. So my son Solomon is 19. He played 2 years, got a scholarship to play 2 years of basketball, and he's working at Amazon. He has a baby on the way. We'll find out if it's a baby boy or girl. I think boy. So I have
Mhm.
another grandbaby on the way in May. Um, his, I think that his accomplishment was being able to go to college and play ball. He's very passionate
Mhm.
about basketball. We had some issues with him when we first moved here and he started middle school. He's very angry. And I thought,
Mm.
well, he has ADHD, and I thought I'm gonna have to medicate him. And being 9 years as a pediatric nurse, I thought we're definitely gonna have to medicate him. I don't want to medicate him. We've done
Right.
behavior mod. It's just not working. And he went to the court one day and he started dribbling, and it
Mm.
worked. It worked. He spent hours on the court. Anytime he got upset, I remember him making a promise to one of my friends. He was always in fights. And he's like, she said, can you just promise me that you'll stop fighting? And he said, Miss Shonda, I'm going to really try. And let me tell y'all, that was in the 7th grade. He has not had a fight. He's 19 years old. So basketball worked and he got a scholarship. So that's a huge accomplishment for him. My son Nicholas just turned 17 last year. Nicholas plays basketball as well, but Nicholas plays guitar, self-taught.
Mm.
Nicholas is probably everybody says that Nicholas is my favorite kid. He's not my favorite, but he's like the coolest kid I have. Like, Nick is so chill. He doesn't get upset. Nick will, like, how my hair is right now. I didn't do it like this today, this morning. He'll come in and he'll be like, you did something different with your hair, Mom. I like that.
Ooh.
That's cool. He's
He's so
just
known to you.
he's dope. And again, he's not my favorite kid. I can't say he's my favorite because I love all my kids differently. But the kids argue like, you just let Nick get away with everything. But Nick is so cool. He's
Yeah.
so dope. His personality's chill, but he plays the guitar. He asked for a guitar, I think a year ago, 2 years ago, and he got it, and he's self-taught. And I think he's gonna be one of those really dope kids with the dreads. It's gonna be like in downtown at Profit Bar, like singing and playing something really bomb. I think that's probably gonna be him. So his accomplishment was self-taught playing the guitar.
Uh-oh.
My baby. See, that scared me, girl. You all right? It's
I'm,
almost like you got hit or something.
we are rigged over here.
Yeah,
Management,
baby.
management. But my last, and definitely not my least is Ashley. She's 13. Ashley is 5'9". She's 13. I'm 5'5". So she's taller than me. I had 4 kids. I wanted all my kids to be chocolate. Okay, I wanted this dark skin. My dad was dark. My oldest brother was dark, right? Mind you, I married a light skinned guy. But I mean, like at the 4th child, she's chocolate. She has the smoothest skin. I wanted
Mm.
that skin so bad. Ashley is a model. Ashley is probably who I wanted to be at 12 and 13 years old. She's
Wow.
got a sweet spirit. Um, she's just so sensitive and she's very confident and she's sure of herself. And again, she's got chocolate skin. You could never, she loves who she is. I
Mm.
mean, I taught all my kids to love themselves, but she loves her skin. She loves her coarse hair. She loves her big feet. She loves that she's tall. She loves everything about her. She's a model slash writer slash actor slash
Mm.
entrepreneur slash blogger slash Ashley is everything that I'm 42. And if I could be Ashley when I grow up, I would be Ashley when I grow
Nice.
up.
Well
She's got
done, Mom.
Oh, she's so my kids are my pride and joy. Um, they are the reason that I'm here. They're the reason that I never gave up. They're the
Mm-hmm.
reasons when I tapped out so many times, I looked at these beautiful, these pretty faces, and I said, I don't even have to do it for me. I don't even have the will, and I don't have the faith, and I don't have the strength to do it for me. And so a lot of times I just did it for them. And let's
Mm-hmm.
be clear, let me put this disclosure in here. I've not always been the greatest mom. I haven't. I was young. I did the best that I could with what I had. I made a lot of mistakes. They suffered when I suffered because of the bad choices that I made. But
Mm-hmm.
they are, I mean, some people say that the greatest contribution you can do in the kingdom is raise children. And if
Oh,
that is that alone, I made it. I definitely made it.
absolutely. Whew, that was wow. All right, let's see. How many pairs of shoes do you own?
Do you really want to know? Probably over 100. Okay, I am a heel. Like, I'm not a sneakerhead. My kids,
Mhm.
I used to be a tomboy, and I used to be all about sneakers. And once I started being a mother and being in ministry, my first lady was like, "Baby, you got to dress up. You got to put some hair. You got to do your hair. You got to put some makeup on. You can't be looking like that." And a youth pastor, so I learned I had to learn how to be a woman and a mother because I have 5 brothers. I'm the only girl and the first girl in the family, so I had to learn that. But baby, when I mastered some heels. And let me tell y'all what my motto is. Okay, they only 2 hour heels now because we got some
Two
flats
hours?
on the way. 2 hours. I'm gonna give you 2 good hours and I'm gonna walk that walk. But after 2 hours, I'm sorry I can't talk to y'all. Leave me alone. Let me get my little flip flops and my slides.
Like,
But for
hold on.
2 hours,
Let me
baby, I have heels that I probably literally have only worn 2 hours.
wow.
Yeah, so probably over 100 pair. And I'm still gonna get some more.
If you could choose to do anything for a day, what would it be?
Anything for a day. You know what, you guys? I'm so good where I am in life. I wouldn't choose any other life. If
Mm.
if I had, and I don't, I tell my kids this all the time when I raise them. I don't do something you're going to regret. I don't even think I can count on my hand, even with the mistakes I've made, even
Mm-hmm.
with the choices that I've made. I don't have very many things that I regret, and that's on purpose. And I tell my kids the same thing. Don't do something you're going to regret. If I could be or do anything for a day, I'd still be me. Now, I may say the greatest version of me on my best day with my hair bomb and with all the right words to say in some heels past 2 hours, maybe 8 hours. But I'd definitely be me. I still would love my life.
I would ask you, do you collect anything? But those shoes might be those things that you collect. No.
No,
Oh.
no. I am, I'll tell my business, y'all. I'm a writer, I'm an author. And I love journals because I love writing. And I think like if you ever want to, if like anybody ever wanted to woo me and like they want me as their best friend and they want my attention, you give me a cool little journal, like a really dope journal that like is different that ain't can't nobody. I love journals that don't nobody else have. Like you can't just go to Walmart and pick out the thing that says journal.
Mm.
Like I have a lot of journals and I have a collection of journals. I have some that are full leather that have like the wraparound strap. I have journals that are suede. I have journals that are sparkled. I have journals that have pins to go with it. So it would have to be journals. I love shoes. I love heels, but it would definitely have to be
A
journals.
journal. Nice. And last but certainly not least, what song would you say best sums you up?
Oh my gosh. Um, so many songs.
Different genres. We can roll with different genres because I know R&B has certain songs and rap. You got to get
Okay, listen. Now, if it's rap, it's A Ball MJG. Life goes on, baby. Let me go ahead and put the gangster out there. This is your girl. One time for the one time coach. E says, if anything happens, let me tell y'all something. And I'll be mad. Somebody do me wrong. Something don't turn out my way. Like I'm pissed off, or I need to get motivated, or I need to get over something. Life goes on. A Ball. I'm telling you, A Ball
MJ.
MJG.
Yeah.
That's got to be rap number one, first foremost. People be like, "Oh my God, she listens to A Ball and MJG. Listen to the song. Y'all gotta listen to the song. Life goes on." So
It ain't
I
yeah,
nothing like this
know.
foolishness that's out today. That I mean, that's
baby, that's real music. Okay. So
Yes,
if
honey.
it
Right, babe.
that would have to be, girl, that would have
Yes.
to be it.
Ooh,
Now,
wait.
gospel, I can go on and on and
hmm
on and on and on. I would have to say one of my favorites that I listen to every morning when I'm in the shower, gospel wise, is John Key, New Life. You know, when he get real, I ain't even been on crack, but the way I sing that, it be like, man, he delivered me from crack for 12 years. And I still feel glad about, you know what I mean? Like, people be like, was she on crack? But I love that song. So New Life, if it had to be gospel. R&B though, mm, I couldn't even tell you. So many, so many, so many.
it's
Just let me give you my playlist because I can't even pick one out of that.
right. Okay, what era? Doesn't matter.
90s definitely. 90s.
Eight,
90s baby.
nine.
90s baby. 90s.
It was
You
like
know,
started from 87.
yeah, 90s was live, 90s was raw, 90s. Some of that stuff I shouldn't even be listening to, but you know what? I feel it now more.
It was more innuendos. It was not just straight up. What?
No, no. But see, now they have things like 90s definitely, but now because I have younger kids, like I'm getting too into Aria Lennox, Janae Aiko, Summer
Mm-hmm.
Walker, and they're kind of bringing back that real authentic,
Neo Soul.
heavy, yeah, neo soul type thing. So I'm getting into them, and my kids be like, "Listen to this, ma." Okay, yeah. So
Yeah, nice. That sums me up. Lita, anything you want to add?
I am full. Ooh, Lord, I'm so glad as we went, honey, because I am full, honey.
Okay.
so good. That is so good.
Much for joining us tonight. We really appreciate you giving us some of your time this evening. We really appreciate you giving us some of your time and sharing with our audience your faith walk. And you know what? You gave us a testimony without even giving us a whole
Okay.
testimony, baby. And
Oh,
we
yes.
understood the whole walk. And we just
Yeah.
got it through all of the glory. And a lot of
Yes.
people are able to share their testimony with just full glory. And there were some ups and downs, but it was just all glory. And that's the whole thing about faith. It's always the
Yeah.
the life goes on. Exactly. And
Yes.
so whatever you go through, it's always something you're going to versus what you're going through.
Yes. Absolutely.
Two
Thank
things that stood out for me that I almost fell out this chair on was you can't preach a gospel you've never lived
you. Yeah.
because it won't come over properly.
Yeah.
You're gonna have some holes in it. Something's
Yeah.
gonna be missing because you don't have that connection to what it is that you're going through or went through or talking about. And
Okay.
then nobody knows the cost of your oil.
Baby,
Yeah.
they
I
don't
was
even understand.
my goodness. When the lady put all her oil on, you know how much that was?
Yes.
That was what, a year's or so worth of money that
And it was
she
and it was expensive. People
right,
don't they talk about the fact that she wasted this oil and they make a big deal out of it. But they don't understand the cost of it, the
right.
expense of her literally wiping Jesus's feet with this oil and her hair and her sweat and her tears
And
and
yeah,
everything. She didn't have nothing else to give. That might have
she
been a year's worth of her rent.
right.
And she
And
put it on his feet.
I'm anoint him. I'm not going to ask for an anointing. I'm going to anoint him.
Yeah. And
Nobody
people
knows.
and nobody really knows. Nobody really knows until you tell them. Nobody
Mm,
knows. People look at me often, and they, oh, she's a pretty girl. Oh, she probably had it easy, baby. Let me tell you about it. No, I
mm,
didn't have it easy. Abused and a mother on heroin and a father murdered at 5. No, I didn't. You don't know the cost of why I am and I stand on this platform and I do the things that I do. You don't know the reason that I push and I press and I meet people where they are because I know what it's like to be broken. I
mm.
know what it's like to be insecure. I know what it's like to choose men in a relationship that are no good for you because you don't value yourself more and worth more. I know what it's like for God to tell you that you're worthy, but you don't think you're worthy, so you half play yourself. No, you don't know the cost of what it cost me to be here. And when I praise Him and when I worship Him, when I say that I'll serve you and my faith does matter, then I'm going to push and there's no turning back. You don't know the cost until I tell you. And so I
Right.
think a lot of people don't realize the weight, what's weighted in that. I'm not just up here being cute, baby. I ain't up here trying to be this, that, and the other. I'll get down, pull this hair back, take these glasses off, and all this makeup, and get down with you if
Hmm.
I have to, because I know what it costs me to be here. And
Right.
I know what it cost me, and I know what it's probably costing you. People don't, everybody don't know the cost of the oil. And that story, people, and there's so many different analogies of that. There's so many theologists that'll tell you this, that, and the other. But when you think about your personal testimony when it comes to God, they don't know what it costs you to drag yourself, snot,
Mm.
crying, insecurity, and everything else to get to Him, to say, please save me, bring me to the place in which you called me to be. They don't understand that.
Mm.
Mm-mm,
Wow.
not at all.
All right. We're gonna pass the collection plate. Go ahead and give how God has purposed it on your heart. That's what one of the preachers used to say. Whatever God purposed on your heart.
Give it to
Thank you, thank you, thank you so much. It has been an awesome night.
them. Thank
Truly
you.
enjoyed it. I'm grateful that you said yes.
Thank
All
you.
all we do is ask,
Yeah.
and we were this platform just popped. That it didn't really pop up. We I think we were open to it, right, Lida?
Yeah.
And he said, bring other people on for them to share their faith walk.
Yeah.
And he's just been, the door has stayed open.
I'm so honored for you guys having me on here. It's such a privilege. It's an honor. I tell anybody it's a privilege and an honor to serve God, to serve the Most High. And you guys keep doing what you're doing. You don't know, you may not even know. I know you guys know some of the magnitude, but you don't
Mm.
know who's listening, who may not ever reach out to you, that needs to hear your voice, that needs your spirit, that needs your energy. Keep doing this. You don't even know the half. This you never know if it's going across the world and who may need to hear and see your face and see your presence. Keep doing what you're doing because it matters. I'm just glad to be a part of it, and I know that you guys will have guests even after me, but keep going. Keep being empowering to people. Keep being a light in dark places. Keep loving on people. Keep healing through their testimonies and letting them have a platform like this because a lot of people wouldn't have otherwise had it. So I'm so honored. I'm so grateful for you guys having me on. Thank
Thank
you
you so
so
much. And I hope you are open to coming back on
much.
if you have any other projects that come about, because we do have a segment that we will definitely go into this year. Where are they now?
Okay.
From our Faith
Oh,
Friday. Yes. So
well, good.
I don't know what they're doing in there, but and it's boys. So
Yeah.
who knows? And here come Mr. What was that noise? So
Yeah. Yeah.
all right, you guys. Our time is well spent. Thank you so much for tuning in to another Faith
Thank
and
you guys
Friday.
so much.
Freedom Growers will catch you guys again next week. Same bat time, same bat channel. After
After.
the
Thank you guys.